Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of a brand new, slow and immersive run of Stellaris. It's been a long time, guys, but the game has received major updates. I was waiting for 4.0 to be released, and then there's obviously, a few additional patches to fix that up. And now the final DLC for Ascensions has landed as well. It seems like a couple of hotfixes have been out already. So I jumped in and, as always, guys, I've said it before, this is my favorite game after, I don't know, I'm not even sure if it's after or before Baldur's Gate 3. But, one could even say before. It's the game I played the most, played it since day one, since it was released on 9th of May, 2016, believe it or not. And yeah, always enjoyment. And I think the game is in an incredible spot right now with so much content in there. I haven't read the patch notes, to be honest. I haven't read much about even 4.0 update. And that's the way I like it. I try to jump into the game and just figure it out as I go along rather than have a predetermined build. I played a couple of trial games just to see how the new kind of economy and pop works. I haven't figured out all of it, but I think I figured out enough for us to jump in with this series and see if there is interest out there because, yeah, jumped in this morning and I just lost myself for a few hours and I thought, okay, if I am going to do it, I might as well record, a new series. So let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to go for a new game. And this is the empire that I've come up with, guys. So we have all DLC. This is 4.1.3. Hotfix released just like Thursday or Friday. This is the weekend. And yeah, including all DLC, of course. You'll see we're going to be playing on, the hardest difficulty. No habitable worlds. Kind of make it as hard as we possibly can. And to that end, we're going to be obviously trying out a few of the new kind of mechanics, new flavor from the new DLC. But there's kind of a few things I wanted to play for a long time, which was kind of the crisis for the galaxy. And here's a fact, but, at the same time, I'm not too big of a fan of just kind of mindlessly consuming everything in the galaxy. So I decided to play this empire. So who is it? So it's the Militarian Guardianship, which is, let's go ahead, I guess, and edit it. And yeah, just to kind of give you the first flavor. So we're going to be playing the Mindwardens origin. So it's a challenging origin, exactly what we want. It blocks access to psionic ascension, so we can only go cybernetic or biological, right? And the background to this is this civilization's ancestors were plagued by otherworldly forces that invaded the mind, inspiring them to dedicate great efforts and resources into developing anti-psionic technology. Their ancient devices are still functional, but remain untested against psionic threats from the wider galaxy. There we are. We're sort of to me, like a sort of crusader. We will be kind of challenging, attacking, and getting rid this galaxy of any psionic species. So we have that sort of kind of twist to us. So we're not quite a crisis. We certainly are a crisis for psionic empires. At the same time, we will be helping others. So we're strong warriors, but we're very much kind of inward-looking, sort of, and kind of aggressive but protective kind of in a way. So not just mindlessly consuming the galaxy. There we are. So we got additional starting technologies. We're given Starhold. That's level 2 starbase. Very nice. Home system start with a Starhold already in it. Homeworld has ancient ward building on it. So this ancestral structure uses an array of psionic attenuators to insulate the entire planet against mind-invading forces. Yeah, so we're going to be guarding against any psionic interference here. What does it actually do? It reduces orbital bombardment damage on us, minus 25%. Nice, because we will be, engaging in warfare. We're going to be playing with advanced AIs, so it's going to be hard. So we very well might be bombarded at some point. It gives us 200 soldier jobs. Pops are now, just in case anyone's jumping into this after a while, but pops are now sort of measured in hundreds rather than ones. I think that's one of the big changes. We'll see what the other changes are as we go along. So we do get 200 soldier jobs, and these soldiers produce unity, great. Planetary defense armies, of course, are great. Stability, that's great. And naval capacity. To the tune of about 1.3 unity here, 6 planetary defense. That doesn't matter too much, but it gives us 0.5, or half a point of stability, and 8 points of naval capacity. That's very, very nice. We also gain access to the psionic containment casus belli against psionically ascended empires. Very nice. If anyone psionically ascends, we go after them. Guaranteed habitable worlds do not appear, and that's fine because I play definitely without guaranteed worlds, and I play with rare habitable worlds in any case. Mindwarden enclaves are not generated at the start of the game, because we are the Mindwardens, as far as I understand. So we'll be pursuing that. Any Shroud enclaves will also destroy. So we're going to get rid this galaxy of any psionic influence. We do get encryption +2, so at the same time, I like it. We are a little bit, I think, psionic ourselves, so to speak, right? But we're keeping a lid on it. So damage to psionic empires +25%, evasion versus psionic empires +25%. That's only if they ascended, though. So very nice, I think. So that will be our origin, a challenge. Talks about government ethics. I thought we'd go with a militarist. The only true virtues are courage and discipline, and channeled properly, they can overcome any obstacle. Therein lies true strength. Force withheld, a promise made. Right, so we get ship fire rate +10% and claim influence cost -10%. And can also use no retreat war doctrine. And that's exactly what we got. We are these zealous kind of crusaders. That's who against psionics, right? So ship fire rate +10%. Very thematically fits us and will be useful to us. Claim influence cost. I mean, we are going to have to claim and destroy those psionic empires. So kind of useful. Anyone who stands in our way as well, though, is probably going to get killed. I would also put up, to be honest, like hive minds. Possibly, they are kind of psionic to me, from the get-go, right? Because they all communicate through like this psionic force. But we'll see what their ethics are. And obviously our heritage is that we want to fight the courage and discipline to fight off those psionic intrusions, subversion. Also authoritarian. A strong guiding hand is essential to the success of any civilization. The alternative would be anarchy and chaos. It is the duty of the state to steer a citizen towards the paths that are most productive. Again, fits, I think, very well with our theme here. We're very much a hierarchical society. We're geared towards one goal, and that is eradicating psionics and guarding ourselves against those subversive influence. We certainly can't, let everyone just do whatever they want, because we're just going to find ourselves where we were before we build the ancient ward to protect us, right? If everyone just starts practicing psionics in an unregulated way. We also get worker pop resource ample +5%. Again, everyone's working hard towards the common goal. And we get monthly influence +0.5 point. Again, good for us. We also are actually going to be spiritualists, right? Can build temple buildings, cannot use full AI. And here, the background here is there are those who think it behooves us to remember how tiny we are, how pointless our lives are in this vast, uncaring universe. What nonsense. The only truth we can ever know is that of our own existence. The universe, in all its apparent glory, is but a dream we all happen to share. And I like this. A little bit of conflict drives drama, and I think good storytelling. And so a little bit of sort of internal conflict here, where we're actually spiritualist. We do have, deep held beliefs, and, it's that inner strength that drives us and forward and helps us. Except we just don't believe in psionics. We believe in anti-psionics. That's who we are. Excuse me. So here we get monthly unity +10% again. We are sort of part of that very unified sort of block. Sorry, excuse me. God. We also get edict upkeep -10% and edict cost -10%. Again, that sort of dictatorial government, because that's what we're going with. Dictatorial governments are ruled by a single individual for life that wields absolute control over the state. Again, it fits us perfectly here. So we are spiritualist. To that end, we're also going to pick Exalted Priesthood, because this is what these ethics allow us. I think it's a very interesting one. So to guard against heresy, this society is ruled by a religious council consisting of the wisest and most pious members of the clergy. So again, right? So we're guarding against heresy. We got these priests, anti-psionic priests, guarding us against. We have faith. We are inward looking rather than materialist. We do think that unity is what's going to guide us through this galaxy and the dangers of this galaxy. It's just that we have to guard ourselves against this, dirty psionics, and so it's a council of priests, and they obviously appointed for life, right? Hence we're dictatorial. And Exalted Priesthoods, that gives us basically, we're not ruled by politicians, we're ruled by high priests. That's whom we put our trust in as a state. And, they guide us towards, anti-psionic ends and protect our society, give us the truth. So they produce per 100 bureaucrats. We produce unity per 100 bureaucrats, so +1. And we have a council position of Archpriest, where we decrease the upkeep for bureaucrats by 2% per skill level. Yeah, so that's kind of us. Now, again, dictatorial, I already mentioned, holds a dictatorial election upon ruler's death to select a new ruler. I think that kind of makes sense. You select that one holy ruler, kind of a little bit like the Pope, I guess, right? And he rules for life. Yeah, why else? Why would you change him, right? He dies, and then you elect another divine sort of, not prophet, but divine figure to guide us forward. What does that do to us? Well, recruitable leaders per class is -1, so we don't get a lot of leaders. But ruler experience gain is plus 25%. So nice. We're relying on those few kind of key individuals to propel us, kind of guide us forward, right? And we also get a ruler, the empire effect per skill level. We get pop amenities usage -2%, and edict fund plus 10. Yeah. Now the last civic we're going to pick here is, I thought, sovereign guardianship actually fits us quite well. So this one is, where, the background to this is this collection of warring tribes has developed a historical preference for entrenched territories and defensive posturing. Now united, they are prepared to bring this philosophy to the stars, aiming to keep their borders solid and tensions low. Again, I really like this kind of sort of conflict here. I think that fits very well with our sort of anti-psionic sort of stance, and so we're wary of influence within, but also without, right? So we're kind of just going to wall ourselves off, and from our stronghold, launch sort of these sort of crusades against psionically ascended empires. I think that's really cool. We're going to also be playing tall, definitely my much preferred playstyle. And here's what we have. We unlock fanatic guardians as our defense armies. Again, so if anyone does try to attack us, we will defend ourselves vigorously. It allows a building of reloading bay. I don't actually know what that is exactly. We'll have a look. It also enables inner focused edict, converting influence into unity. And we get plenty of influence kind of further down the line. So good to convert that into unity. Again, focus everything on building this monolithic, faithful, determined populace, all geared towards one end, and that is eradicating psionics from this galaxy. So modifiers-wise, empire size from planets plus 100%. Again, we'll kind of I'm fine with it anyway, but kind of mitigated in a way by the fact that I'm playing with rare habitable worlds. But still, every new world will cost us. We are going to kind of be forced to play tall. Branch office is 100%. Okay, we're not branch office. We're not a megacorp. Empire size from systems plus 150%. So again, we can't really expand all that much. So we'll have to be very careful and just play tall again. So yeah, that's fine with me. And we can mitigate that to an extent with some tech later on. But yeah, definitely aren't really focused on expansion. We do get empire size from pops, however, -50%, and empire size from districts -50%. Right, so we're all about building up our one world as tall as we can. We also get diplomatic weight plus 20%, very nice. So we are kind of a player. Again, there are other civics that are somewhat similar to this, where you are an isolationist, but I don't really like kind of closing ourselves off. It's just that, we kind of have limited interaction with the rest of the galaxy, where we play this role of a protector, both for ourselves, but kind of for others maybe a little bit too. And we have an agenda, but our agenda is limited, right? So I like that diplomatic weight there. So unity produced per 100 soldiers is +1. Again, plays with that Mindwarden origin, right? So we get extra soldiers. Our soldiers produce great defensive armies, give us naval capacity, again, to protect ourselves and attack any psionically ascended empires. And we get unity, again, kind of building that society that's geared towards one goal. We also get a council position, first Citadel, where we get defense army damage plus 10%, starbase hull, starbase armor, shield hit points in friendly systems, ship fire rate in friendly systems, and accuracy in friendly systems plus 5% to extend that we have that council position. So shield hit points here, a little bit of a boost to shields. As again, I like that. We are actually, we were obviously, psionically minded at some point in the past. I haven't played through the actual, resolution of the origin, so we'll see what paths maybe we have from that. But yeah, and we're focused on, defending our own space mostly, right? So yeah, so that's kind of what we're going with. Yep, so that's kind of our empire. Mindwardens again. I'm going to keep that default portraits. In terms of traits, Didn't want to kind of overload this. We're just going to go with existential heteroparity, where this species grew up in hostile conditions where outbreeding your rivals was the key to survival. Again, pop growth during war and crisis plus 30%. Kind of fits us that, we're very much, like, we're in a constant state of, like, like paranoia. And sort of when we're not at war with someone, we are sort of calm and just normal. But, we will find ourselves in a lot of wars. And when we're there, again, that society just gets geared, like, kind of locked into that full gear of, like, fight, survive. So really enjoying this kind of temporary boost, and kind of will force us into, more and more wars. We're gonna have to play around war exhaustion so that we can actually make these wars last, almost as long as possible. But, we will frequently find ourselves on a crusade. So again, very useful. Again, playing tall, you want that pop growth there. And just thematically, I think fit. Not too strong, not too weak. I think that will fit us really well. But yeah, we got this kind of name list, obviously. We'll call the Militarians. Militarian Guardianship is what we are. Kind of all of that. Just, I think, a continental world fits us just fine. I went with Machine City. Just because it looks kind of a little bit like Psionic City, but kind of, very austere, sort of, functional type architecture. Advisor voice, we're going to go with...
Faith manages.
We'll go with Spiritualist, because again, we are actually Spiritualist. We're just anti-psionic. This kind of, I think, reminds me a bit of that Mindwarden kind of ship. You'll see that building, so that's going to be our flag. We are going to go with, very nice. I didn't know this again. I didn't read a lot of patch notes, but there are actually Mindwarden ship models. Really cool. We're going to be the only Mindwardens, so I'm going to grab that. It's a brand new, right? Yep, Shadows of the Shroud. I'll take that. Ruler appearance. Okay, Pashna Khan is our leader. Doesn't really matter how he looks, not a lot of options anyway. And he will be principled. He's official. This leader has a strict code and follows our empire's morals, setting a good example for others. Gives us stability +2 while he's a counselor. So there we are, guys, right? Let's go ahead and launch and go over the difficulty or kind of the galaxy settings here. We're definitely going with Grand Admiral, but the AI gets massive bonuses to its economy of research and naval capacity. It's the only way to play with only Iron Man, of course. Medium Galaxy, good size. Spiral 4 arms, I think kind of realistic, kind of what Galaxies sort of looks like. So I'm fine with that. Hyperlane density, I've always been fine with that. AI Empires, 6 to 12. You know what, let's make it 7 to 14, so about 10. I do want to kind of have a variety. I also want to kind of remember their names and relations. I feel like when there's too many, I kind of tend to just forget, to be honest. Advanced AI starts 2 to 4, sure, yeah. Fallen Empires, maybe 1 to 2. If there is a psionic Fallen Empire, it has to go as well. I'm kind of thinking, should we even increase that? I mean, we could go to like everyone is advanced. What's the maximum? 9 to 18. So this will be on average sort of 13. I want on average to be kind of 10. Yeah, I feel like 7 to 14. Or like 6 to 13. It's about 9, 10. Oh, 7 to 14. Like more empires. And quite a few of them, I would say. Let's do like 4 to 8. About 3 to 6. About a third of them will be advanced. Right, I think that will be very nice. 1 to 2 Fallen Empires, good as well. In terms of advanced settings, we're going Crisis type will be random. Crisis strength will be 1, and that's because we are playing with rare habitable worlds. I think that will fit us kind of quite nicely. We'll be fighting a lot in between. Yeah, I think this should be okay. And kind of, I don't like the Crisis to be necessarily like game-defining event, where like I like it when we can continue our own politics and defend versus the Crisis as well. So let's leave it at 1. Scaling difficulty, when this is enabled, any AI bonuses from the difficulty and scale over time. But no, we want them to have bonuses straight away. All right, this is going to be rough, guys. Difficulty adjust AI modifiers, again, disabled. AI aggressiveness is high. Can't go very high, so high. Everything else is left the same. Technology cost, I think, is fine. Like, we're going to be behind anyway. Difficulty adjusted technology, that's all fine. Transfer speed. That's fine. That's kind of nothing. Yeah. So all of this is fleet. Controls the trade upkill fleets. Yeah. It contains trade cost. Supply planets with local deficits. Oh, interesting. I don't actually know how trade actually works, guys. That's actually something I should have looked up. Difficulty adjusted technology costs. Yeah, that's fine. Now, undocked or enemy territory increasing this will make more expensive to maintain fleets at war. That's fine. Let's leave this all standard. Habitable worlds. So this is rare. I always play like this, guys. Because, you know, I want, like, when you find a habitable planet, it should be something, you know, it's a big event. It's a very important system. And also it kind of forces you to not terraform, maybe, you know, settle systems that are not perfect for you. So I really like that. Free FTL kind of 1. Yes, some FTL civilizations, the power placement is random. Advanced neighbors, yes, they can spawn next to us. Wormhole pairs 1. Guaranteed habitable worlds off. Mid-game, sort of 2350. End-game start, 2450. I think this is all standard, more or less. I kind of tend to put this... maybe this is me, yeah, but I tend to put these kind of, you know, for later on. Some Marauder empires, L-gates, everything else is enabled. To be honest, one thing I kind of hate is Caravaneers, to be honest. Like, I really hate them. Storm clouds. Storms, I don't mind. Where's Caravaneers? I want to turn them off, to be honest. Marauder, L-gate, Caravaneers. Yeah, this is the one, to be honest, guys, I kind of hate. Let's just turn them off and go ahead and get on with it. Jump in it. I know I've gone on long enough, but I do like to spend time kind of setting the scene. Setting the scene here. So here we are, Militarian Guardianship, guys. The defensive union is actually what we're described. That's the only drawback of picking that sovereign guardianship, because otherwise we'd be called like a holy, or like, you know, like some sort of theocratic dictatorship is what it would be, which is kind of what I think of ourselves as. But this government unites its people in the common cause of protection against external threats. So both internal and external, we're guarding against psionics. So the records of our ancestors tell of a psychic plague that once devastated Velotaria Prime. Otherworldly forces attacked their minds and destructive radiation was diffused throughout the atmosphere, all encouraged by psionic practitioners from within Velotarian society. Oh, the heretics. In response to these threats, our ancestors built the ancient ward to protect against mind-invading forces. With only routine maintenance, this venerable structure has proven strong enough to defend all Velotarians from the threat of psionic influence. And its core technology has informed the development of other defenses of the mind. As our civilization prepares to voyage beyond the orbit of Velotaria, we are faced with the unknown. What psychic threats might lurk beyond our ken? Begin. Boom, guys. Okay. Let's have a look at our system here. So what do we have? We have 3 minerals available. We do have zero resource, and yeah, not much else. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit. Actually, we do have 2 engineering somewhere. Where's that? Okay, here on Tereb. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit. Oh, wow. Look at that. Lucky continental world right next to us. Unreal, guys. Okay. We're also going to explore and settle that. So let's zoom out just a little bit. Okay, so we're kind of in northeast of the galaxy here. And that's great. Now, obviously, let's kind of have a look what we have. Replar, a science ship headed by Vashna Setter. He's head of research. He's a charismatic leader. He's our council, Edict Upkeep, Edict Fund. Okay, doesn't have any actual science sort of expertise, but let's go ahead quickly let him survey the chariot system for sure. And then we need to find the choke points, so we'll survey this after that. That's our scientist. Let's go ahead, have a look at our planet here quickly. Actually, you know what? Let's look at our planet while we're kind of unpause the game. So let's just kind of sort this out. Sort our research. Let's go with that. So what do we have? Biological research, naval capacity plus 25. Of all of these, you know what? I'm going to go with naval capacity because we're going to need to, yeah, we need to build ourselves up. Now that we're out in space, we're definitely suspecting there will be more of these psionic heretics lurking about. Let's go doctrine, fleet support, and as extrasolar expeditions become more common, it is important to provide planet-side relief for returning fleets. Indeed, straight into that. Blue lasers here. Yes, although infusion power too. But let's go for blue lasers first. Right. more powerful than red lasers. These blue variants emit electromagnetic radiation at a wavelength that appears blue or violet to most organics. Let's grab that. New weapons for us. And for engineering research, we have Strikecraft, planetary infrastructure build speed plus 25%, and automation building, or army damage and worker pop resource output, powered exoskeletons. Planetary defense hangars, hangar base. Let's go ahead and get carrier operations. I think 270 months. I don't want powered exoskeletons because that's just not who we are. I feel like we're not in it to spiritual. We don't want to support ourselves with some exoskeleton. So let's go full defense. Let's go carry operations. Not like amazing research options, I'll say, but thematically interesting. And we got like, yeah, we need more research ASAP. With that said, let's go ahead and unpause. Get the clock ticking. We'll try to play at normal speed most of the time. So we have Pulplar, new resource discovered. The Pulplar has been discovered. The Pulplar has discovered a previously unknown strategic resource dubbed Zero. In a Velutarius system, the properties of this rare aerosol have been noted to exhibit anomalous neuroinvasive effects and has therefore been designated as a Class Alpha controlled substance. It may yet prove valuable in developing mentally insulative technologies. We're sure to find more of these types of resources as we continue to explore the galaxy, each with unique properties and applications. Potentially useful. Zero distillation. Okay. What do they give us? Zero distillation. Okay, we'll see about that. An extremely rare aerosol of exotic particles. It has been deposited on a number of worlds from meteor impacts, but its true origin is a mystery. If ingested by psionically gifted individuals, Zero acts as a very potent and addictive drug that enhances psionic abilities. Oh, potentially useful, but we gotta research it. All right, let's go with normal speed. We are kind of getting resources, and let's take a look at our homeworld here. Take a look with our homeworld. Yeah, it's quite different, but really cool, guys. I think the improvements made are great. So what do we actually have? Let's just kind of do a few things. Contact report, enigmatic spacefarer straight away. It did not take long for the Velutarian Guardianship to come across intelligent alien life. The fleet's report to the Velutarian capital somewhat understates just how alien these forces appear, and only in passing mentions the failure to open comms, prepared to confront potential threats. Okay, where are they? First contact with Row aliens. We have made first contact with the mysterious aliens in Militarist system. For now, we have codenamed them Row aliens. Until we can find out more about them. If they possess a language, we should decipher it so that we can assess how much of a threat they pose. Interesting. All right, let's send Keshna Tukor, one of our envoys, to try and decipher their language and establish, communications. Do we actually see them here? I don't see them here, to be honest. I'm not sure where they've come from. Yeah, but let's keep getting minerals for enough for a building. Otherwise, let's have a look at our planet. What do we actually have? We have 4,800 pops, slowly growing. Stability is good. A little bit of housing, a little bit of amenities kind of left in here. What is this? Empire focus. Oh, we didn't set it. Let's go with exploration as our focus first. I'm not really sure what it does. I think this is sort of just gives us some like tutorial type things. I think. Increasing the chance of exploration tasks. Yeah, let's see how this timeline. I remember it was added in the patch notes. I've never actually paid attention to it. So we'll keep an eye on it. Anyway, we got an event here. Strange correlations. Our site-suppressive ancient ward is producing irregular readings. Oh my god. This would normally result from spikes in psionic activity on Velutaria Prime, but we have found no evidence of such depravity. The answer may lie beyond our borders. Long-distance imagery shows a recent burst of strange energy flows in the Beta Ursa Majoris system, which correlates with the erratic measurements of the ancient ward. We must explore Beta Ursa Majoris.
Situation log updated.
Alright, situation log. Exploring Beta Ursa Majoris. Okay, there it is. Let's go ahead, first of all, build another science ship. Go ahead with that. Because we do want to explore. Gonna go here and just quickly remove sprawling slums for some extra pops. Get that kind of going, but otherwise we do have a couple of blockers here. It's not big of a deal. Yeah, just want to kind of keep things going, guys, but we'll save up. I think we need to kind of, you know, up our research urgently. Right, by urgently, I mean really urgently. +2 here would actually give us a decent bit. Okay, let's go ahead and pause because we got like a lot of things going on that we need to kind of sort out. First of all, traditions, right? And we should be getting quite a few of these because we're very good with unity. I kind of, you know, pre-played just a little bit just to kind of have a look about the new game, but I think discovery is still the good one. Our curiosity about the universe is what got us this far, and there is still so much left to discover. So adopting all discovered traditions grants us research speed plus 10%. We'll get Edict Map the Stars, but we don't really want to explore all that much. Survey speed plus 35%. Yeah, we're not really going to be exploring, I think, all that much. Research options is nice. Recruitable leaders, radio experience gain. To be honest, kind of nice, but I don't think that's necessary. Prosperity, I think, is another option. There's no better indicator of success or failure of a star nation than the strength of its economy. Mining station output plus 20%. I think that's quite nice. And then what do we get? Planetary infrastructure speed, planetary infrastructure cost, planetary infrastructure build speed. Then we get city districts, 100 additional housing, ring world cities, yeah. This. Otherwise, you know, enmity, we need rivals for it. Supremacy is obviously a good one. Naval capacity, army damage. But I think we'll open up with prosperity. Right, get our economy going, and then probably go to supremacy. So let's go ahead and go with prosperity, I think. Open up with that. Doesn't give us any immediate benefits, but I'm hoping we get data construction templates very soon.
Council agenda available.
But in 8 months, save us some minerals on buildings. To that end, you know what? Let's spend our opening minerals on building a mining station here. And then a research station. That will be 200 minerals. We'll wait for some more minerals and then build a building once that's sort of done. Now we got our second science ship built. Let's go ahead and get, we got recruitable leaders. We got Spark of Genius here. 29-year-old genius. Okay, we need to wait for a bit of unity, unfortunately. We are going to hire Nish Nansibin and maybe make him the counselor. Because we need all the research we can possibly get. Incredible music, guys. People love this game.
Blockers cleared.
Blockers cleared. We got, okay, so let's get Nishan Nasiben out here. Go to government. We do have head of research. Let's change him up. All right, we got Spark of Genius person here. This leader is prone to sudden bursts of inspiration. So Nish Nasibin is going to be our head of research. You know what, this guy, I'm actually going to put him here to kind of just explore. Head of research. Yeah, he's going to command this ship. Our other scientist, Vashna Setter, going to command this, and he's going to be the one surveying Beta Ursae Majoris. I feel like there is some danger there. Could be some runaway psionic heretics, I think, hold up in there. Got to be mindful of that. All right, but let's send these guys out. See what we can find there. Kroll Society encountered. We have detected the presence
System
of
survey complete.
a Gestalt pre-space alien civilization on Shariat 2 in the Shariat system. There is evidence that they have harnessed the power of the atom, and nuclear weapons may be prolific among their many splintered hive colonies. The possibility of a sudden self-inflicted extinction event is high. We should consider building an observation post above their world to study them more closely. Interesting. Are they on this habitable world? Oh, they need to go. Stratospheric vents, society research, engineering research, towering mineral structures that send gases billowing into the thermosphere. Kroll. Complex. Ooh, these are... Yeah, I don't like... I think we're gonna kind of... Yeah, we're definitely wary of hive minds, because I feel like they already have you know, kind of psionics, sort of the roots of like psionics in them. So I think we're gonna have to exterminate these guys, to be frank with you all, guys. Yeah, once we build these stations, we are gonna claim that system, Chariot. Yep, let's continue exploring. Dangerous energy here. An alarming situation is developing in the newly explored Beta Ursa Majoris system. The crew of the Cortrax is suffering a range of psychological symptoms: emotional turmoil, debilitating mental stress, recurrent visions of unspeakable horror. Their fleet's systems are also experiencing strange, erratic malfunctions. These phenomena closely match the experiences recorded by our ancestors. This is most likely what they referred to as psi radiation, a particularly destructive form of energy emission. Outside of the protection of the ancient ward on Velutaria Prime, section of that, we are for the first time experiencing the mental blight that our forebears warned of. After calibrating our long-range scanners to detect this unique form of energy, we discovered the source of these dangerous emissions to be the nearby Quion system. Sending any of our vessels deeper is strongly discouraged until we evaluate its effects more thoroughly. Prepare to initiate the first contact process. Incredible. Okay, so what do we have? Ooh, Kuhn, where it's coming from. All right. Astonishingly, the Kuhn system appears to contain a number of large objects that appear to be of intelligent construction. We might learn more about their creators, codenamed Koff aliens, by attempting direct communications from a safe distance. Any life forms in the system must be in great danger from the high levels of psi radiation we detected. Nothing good can be here, guys. Orsh Nafelgen. I'm gonna send him to study these guys. Well, let's finish surveying at least these Beta Ursa Majoris, because we might have to kind of bulk that up as a defense. It is an enclosed constellation, but yeah, nasty psionics really hold up in there. Something nefarious, guys, is going on. So let's go back to our capital, unpause. Yeah, and we need 400 minerals for a... Ooh, oh my god. Alpine worlds. Wow. I do have this set to rare, guys. You saw that. Honestly, it makes me doubt. Okay. Habitable worlds survey. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Velutaria Prime. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. A commendable initiative, but we have more important matters to focus on. Indeed, we have more important matters to focus on. Nice. Standard construction templates. That's what we need. As technology advances and becomes ever more complex, new demands are placed on our workforce. By using standardized construction templates, our workers can build things without necessarily having to understand the finer points. Planetary infrastructure cost minus 10%, planetary infrastructure build speed plus 25%. Go ahead and grab that. And we're only 7 months away from our next ascension perk. Sorry, ascension perk. Tradition. So let's go ahead and unpause this. Yeah. Get this construction ship out here. Getting these choke points. We're gonna keep surveying them. And we're gonna survey this and this. We gotta close ourselves off as fast as we possibly can. But we're getting a decent income. We need to build up our defenses as soon as possible. Empire capital. Yep, we do have time here. First contact event pending. We picked up readings of unknown nature. The signals seem to follow some kind of repeating syntax, which could indicate sapient origin. It should be investigated further. They seem to be concentrated around a single space station, though it is unclear whether this forms part of a larger spacefaring civilization. Proceed. Okay, a single station. Somewhere in the galaxy. Dangerous, guys. Oh, okay, so we do have 400 minerals, so let's have a think about this. So the way this works, guys, now, in case anyone's new, a quick crash course, although that's pretty much all I know myself. We do still have sort of the generator districts, mining districts, agriculture districts of the planet. Within them, we can specialize each one. That will be later, unlocked with techs. every time we build one, we still get technician jobs, miners jobs, and farmer jobs, and then the specialization kind of augments what those jobs actually give us. We also have city districts, which within them have a couple of specializations already. Archives and mixed industry, which unlock further building slots here. So for the moment, we kind of have enough of everything, but we do have city districts here. We got planetary administration, we have strongholds, precinct houses, and we have our ancient ward here. This ancestral structure uses an array of psionic attenuators to insulate the entire planet against mind invading forces. Excellent. I suggest... What are our choices here? Ooh, medical center, that's very nice. Consumer goods into amenities, pop growth, monthly organic pop growth multiplier. We would need that. But before we get on with that, to be honest, let's get research labs going. Hydroponic farms. Yeah, we need alloy foundries, but we really need research early on, I feel. I really feel. I mean, it would be nice to get some here as well. Here we can only build research labs or temples. Go ahead and actually build one here. Yeah, maybe let's build one in the archive, sort of, archives, I don't know, specialization. A hushed place of servers and silence, where memory becomes history, cataloged and sealed for future generations. Okay, let's get on with that. Mass extinction here, event chain, mass extinction through the ages.
Situation log updated.
Our first steps into the void beyond Vilturia Prime were driven not by just curiosity or conquest, but by necessity. The biosphere of Vilturia Prime has rapidly changed, with scientists warning of a potential mass extinction event, a cycling purging of life inherent of planetary existence in the cosmos. A research plan has been developed to study planets rendered uninhabitable by major astronomical incidents. By reconstructing these events, we hope to avoid a similar fate on Vilutaria Prime and the Vilutarian race. Or a Vilutarian future begins the mass extinction through the ages event chain.
Situation log updated.
I mean, it's the only planet we have, pretty much, so we gotta take care of it. Agree. I agree. Alright, our construction ship is out here. Take a look at these, kind of the design. Ooh, hang on. The design of our ship. Look at that, guys. Alright. Start grabbing this system. Super cool.
Anomaly found.
Oh, anomaly found. Doesn't really matter right now.
Council agenda ready.
Alright, let's pause. Traditions available again. We can go with public works. City districts provide 100 additional housing. And yeah, we're gonna need that housing, to be honest, soon, instead of building stuff up. Planetary infrastructure upkeep. We don't have that much infrastructure to pay upkeep on. Resources from jobs is nice. But that's just we get this public works division. Our growing cities will be augmented by inspired public works on a scale never before seen. To that end, a new government agency must be formed to oversee their construction. This will, I think, allow us to build fewer city districts and more of the other districts. Let's go ahead with that. Oh, there's only 14 months to the next one. We do have our council agenda ready. What do we have? Infinite opportunities. Let's promote and celebrate our technological achievements. Citizen pop happiness plus 10%. Means everyone, you know, makes more resources. Let's see what our next agenda is here. A higher purpose. Spiritualist ethics attraction. We gain unity per 100 priests. So we'll get a boost in unity when we launch this. Citizen pop happiness. Spiritual ethics attraction. Okay, display power, max influence from power projection. We don't have a lot of power projection yet. We don't need influence. Evolving society, monthly unity. Oh yes, evolving society, I think. Yeah, I think we'll double down on our unity here. Preserve order. Go ahead with evolving society. Ideas and theories for new ways to improve ourselves must be discussed and pursued with fervor. Agree, considering, you know, we're facing so many threats. Okay, let's go ahead and pause. Keep surveying, keep blaming, settling systems here. We are going to spend our sort of gold to clear these blockers afterwards.
Construction complete.
Nice. Very, very nice. Let's go ahead and just build an observation post here for now. See if we can interfere and kind of get rid of these guys, to be honest.
System survey complete.
Very nice. 9 minerals. From prosperity we get plus 20%, so that's very nice. Physics research. Also, let's quickly go and kind of survey these systems and try and find a choke point and secure it. This is a key choke point for us, to be honest. You know what? I'm actually going to survey this first. Because if we can just lock ourselves into our own constellation, that's already a success. Alright. Ashna Khan, our high shield, our leader. What does he got? Ship build speed, spycraft, infiltration, operation cost. Let's go principled, more stability. Double down on principled, get level 2 of that. Okay, we've got the observation insights. Hang on, so what do we have here? Collect insights. We're investing more into our observation. At the cost of our insights. Insight technology. To be honest, what I really want here, we only have aggressive observation. Well, let's keep going with that. Fine, let's just keep it as is for now.
System survey complete.
Very nice. Okay, let's kind of push out a little bit, because this is a key choke point as well. Once we've built this, we are going to go and build an outpost here. Very nice system. 2 habitable planets, guys. This is crazy. Crazy. Rare habitable worlds, and we got 3 of them. 1. Oh my god, come on. Come on. Alright, this is going to be a key system as well. Okay, we need to turtle up here, guys. This is the
Blocker cleared.
perfect start to our playthrough. Blocker cleared. And our blocker about to be cleared. We do have research labs online. Yeah, that increased our
Situation log updated.
research by a good amount. Who do we have here? Voltown Star Assembly. I have to say, guys, despite having like 760 hours in this game, I don't think I very rarely have actually completed these ever. But let's see, we have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Proxima 6. They must have been active in this region of space approximately 12 million years ago, judging by the age of the artifacts. From what they have been able to piece together, our scientists theorize that these aliens, who call themselves the Voltaeum Star Assembly, were worm-like annelids, roughly 3 to 4 meters in length, that communicated with each other primarily through vibrations carried along their segmented bodies. Okay, begins the precursor chain, the Voltaeum, I guess. Fine, let's have a think, though. We need to start getting more alloys, you know, ASAP. For that end, we need more minerals, to be honest, first, because we don't want to be left without minerals. To that end, however, have a look at our traditions here. And we could keep going with prosperity. Resources from orbital stations, 25%. Mining station output plus 20%. Not sure what orbital stations are versus mining. I believe mining stations are just these. We don't have that many yet, to be honest. Resources, we don't have that much of a population. I feel like opening up another one, and I feel like we need to... Like, I'm paranoid. We need supremacy. Naval capacity plus 20%. There is a ship upkeep and another naval capacity here. Ship fire rate here. Ship build speed. Yeah, I feel like let's try and complete supremacy, because I'm scared, if I'm honest with you guys. Let's go for it. And we do have
agenda available.
A good amount of unity, but, you know, it's not... You know, it will increase in kind of exponentially. We do have 56 naval cap, and that's good. But we want to be strong. First contact here, limited progress. Further study has confirmed the objects in Kuhn system to be alien spacecraft, though we have yet to make contact with any of the vessel's occupants. Troublingly, envoy Orsh Na Bellion reports that his team has begun suffering from parapsychological symptoms, including unexplained visions of strange beings present in Kuyun. Despite these concerns, our envoy remains steadfast in his dedication to the mission. What a hero, but good thing we didn't send our Spark of Genius guy in there. Right. Well, he's doing good work for us there. Very, very good work.
Blockers cleared.
Okay, the blockers have been cleared. Okay, now let's pause just for a second. We're not building anything here, but we have enough housing. We got research. I mean, I would suggest we build mining district and then we build alloy foundries. Yeah, let's go with that. Alloy foundry, because we need to start gathering alloys for that fleet. There's
Construction complete.
this naval capacity isn't really much. Oof, okay. Isn't really much without the ships. So let's quickly go here. I was gonna go straight out here and claim this, just make sure we are secure. But given how great this this mining station is gonna be, you know, we're gonna just wait and grab that quickly. We do have leader level up. That's our head of research. Of course, he's gonna get Spark of Genius. All right, help our research.
Anomaly found.
Another anomaly found. That's fine. Very quickly. Yep. I'm here. The mining station here. Yeah, because we still haven't surveyed this, although we'll hopefully survey it soon. There's no point in kind of rushing towards here. Right, another promotion. Minister of State, Vashna Febor. As Council of Stability +2. Yeah, another Principled. Nice. Principled Council. Another promotion. Minister of Defense. What does he guys got? Righteous. If he's a planetary governor, but he's not a planetary governor. Champion of the People. Trickster. Emergency FTL damage risk. Combat disengagement chance. We don't disengage though. We're not tricksters. I'll be Champion of the People. To be honest, to be really honest, can we not get like a better commander? Ship weapons, range, combat disengagement chance +5. Cautious. Trickster, agrarian upbringing. I'd rather like fire this guy and get this guy Besh on there. Fine, this guy will be Champion of the People. And now we get a sort of like a popular commander. We'd rather get someone who's actually competent at commanding fleets, but since that's who we started with, let's have faith in the system. Oh, another promotion. Scientist Vashna Setter.
Construction complete.
Pause for a second. He's a roamer. Sure, let's give him a bit of a boost. Bit of a boost to surveying. While we're here, we don't even have 100 minerals. We'll get minerals soon though, that's fine. We have enough gold right now. It would be nice to get more science, however. So I'm gonna build this station. Hopefully we get this surveyed soon. So I do wanna kind of block ourselves off. We also have first contact event pending. Communications established after successfully translating their language. We have established communications with the Independence Space Station of Artisan Troop. Let's see if they want to talk. 22 influence.
An alien empire now speaks to us in the language of the divine.
Headmaster Tulanga, a visitor. This is a joyous occasion indeed. Oh, forgive my manners. I believe introductions are in order. We're the Artisan Troop. Our members have dedicated their lives to the pursuit of art, music, culture, and all other things which make existence bearable to a sapient being. Please, if you would like to share in the wonder of our creations, do not hesitate to contact us. Interesting. And where are they based exactly? Unclear. Where are they? Where's our contacts log? Artisan Troop. Diplomacy. Oh, okay, they're all the way out here, really? Wow. Hang on, where? Okay, we don't actually know where they are. That's interesting. Okay, we want to commission an art piece. We wish to become your patron, maybe. That would be very helpful, allowing us to try new ideas and take on more risks in our creation process. We have a 10-year program with a one-time cost. We got 1,000 gold, which is all the gold, well, all the credits we have, but we get monthly unity plus 10%. It's a deal. Well met. All right. Should be it for now. Yeah, we do have a good use of our credits, I feel. We get a good amount of minerals now. We're building up our space. We definitely need those alloy foundries. ASAP, but we're getting... We need to stockpile those minerals because we're kind of naked right now. Completely defenseless almost. Okay.
Construction complete.
Very nice. Now let's just pause for a second. Who's going to be... Oh. 3 orders here. Okay, this guy should be done very soon. But this has a habitable planet, so you know what? I'm going to move here, try and... I think this is key for us to wall off. Absolutely. I mean, this is key as well because of how close it is to us. But, I mean, this one has a habitable planet, so we're going to prioritize...
System survey complete.
Claiming this. Okay. Yep, I feel the next one. We do want medical center, to be honest, as well as alloys. Yeah, maybe we build a medical center first, actually, guys. I mean, we should be getting a good amount of minerals right now. So, yeah, let's go with the medical center. Get that top growth speed up early. It gives us, you know, some amenities, this and that. Once we're done here, though, I suggest we maybe have a look what's here. So maybe push out our boundaries potentially here. We have to be very careful. Remember, we get a lot of a very big penalty to empire size from every system. So every system we claim needs to settle or build an outpost. It needs to kind of matter. And again, another tradition here. Nice. Ship upkeep and naval capacity up, ship build speed. Orbital bombardment ship fire rate. Let's go with ship build speed. So supremacy here was, yeah, the future of the galaxy belongs to those who are strong enough to seize it. I mean, we'll get another soon. Before we start building, I feel like, you know, we'll get upkeep reduction soon. We get ship fire rate when we actually need to fight. But for now, master shipwrights. I want to have that ready so that when we start building our fleet to actually defend ourselves, you know, we benefit from this. So the ever-increasing scope of our shipbuilding programs has led to the creation of highly skilled and efficient labor forces at our shipyards. Methods have continually been refined, and the time it takes to go from hull plating to completed starship is now shorter than ever before. Go for it. Yeah, a couple of years, and we'll have the upkeep reduction as well, which is about the time probably we're going to start building these. Okay, well, let's try and get to the 5th year here, because we're almost up on the hour. Yeah, but we should be able to build up our planet now pretty quickly, and we do actually want more unity, so perhaps another temple would do us very well.
System survey complete.
Okay, go ahead and build an outpost. Excellent. Excellent. We'll try to push a couple of systems out this way, although I do want to push out this way too. But let's just kind of have a look. We haven't encountered any aliens yet, so, you know, we do have some time to spare here. And we have enough minerals and... what do we
Construction complete.
There we are. What's this? Stagnant ascendancy. Enigmatic observers. The Fallen Empire dedicates itself to the study of the younger races. They may offer tasks of demand tribute from lesser empires to achieve their end. They're fanatic xenophiles. If there ever was such a thing as an absolute moral imperative, it would be to explore the cosmos and embrace all within it. We were never meant to journey alone. Militarians, how delightful. We hadn't expected to encounter you for a few centuries yet. for a few centuries yet. Personally, I thought you would wipe yourselves out long before leaving your gravity well, but I'm glad we've been proven wrong. Praise the divine for this meeting. We will fight for our right to exist, Mandasura. Yeah, we're wary of everyone. They care little for our diplomatic maneuvering. Okay. First alien encounter. The news that we have encountered intelligent alien life for the first time has been received with mixed feelings by our populace. This confirms that what we had long suspected. We're not alone in this galaxy. Each new alien species we encounter represents both an opportunity and a threat. We must be wary. This particular Xenos appear to have been active on the galactic stage for some time. Their empire is likely thousands of years old, and their technology is far ahead of our own. We should be careful when dealing with them. This changes everything. Okay. Let's go ahead and pause here, guys. We're up on the hour, so we have found the Fallen Empire. Is this the troop? Headmaster Tulanga, yep. This is the Enclave. Yeah. We're up on the hour, guys, so I hope you've enjoyed this opening. I think we're in super strong position, guys. I mean, this couldn't really have gone better. So, yeah, let's pick this up in the next episode and see how long we can survive here, guys. Remember, there's lots of advanced AIs, and there's no AI, no scaling difficulty, so this is full on. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. Give it a like if you are for the first few episodes, just to get the series out there. Super excited to get back into Stellaris. Super excited how the game has changed for the 4th time. So yeah, I'll see you in episode 2, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye for now.